All right, you guys ready for your next comedian, huh? Your next comedian, good friend of mine. Make it loud for Houston, Texas native Elijah Mang.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, this mustache is about as good as it's gonna get, so soak it all up. It took me several months to grow this, and it's not nothing. I'm proud of it, so thank you. Joe, coming from you, that's a big compliment. Thank you so much. Can I get something from Cody? Can I get a compliment on my mustache from Cody? That's a no comment. That's fine. All right. No, that's all right. Cody, believe it or not, I did work really hard to get this. I should have got lessons from Cody on growing a mustache, but I'm not sure that's how it works.
Tried to grow a mustache.
Thank you very much, Cody. Come on, guys, clap it up for Cody, everybody. Thank you. Oh, fuck, why do I even bother? This is going to be an awesome show, what's left of it, and you know what? Yeah, like Barrett was talking about earlier, Texas does have really fucked up highways, and I learned how to drive when I was like 11 years old, and my parents, they got too drunk to drive to the liquor store, so they asked me for a ride, so that's how I learned. Not a very far drive, so that's how I got my feet wet, but whenever I went to go take my driver's test before I moved to Oregon when I was like 15, they made me get on the freeway. They made an actual teenager get on a 6-lane highway, and that was super fun. And then as soon as I moved to Portland to get my driver's license here, the only thing they told me to do was do a lap around the DMV and then park the vehicle in their parking lot. And they were like, congratulations, you're a licensed driver. That's how that works. But I think it would be funny to like get into one of those DMV vehicles here in Portland and be like, all right, this is really cool, but where's that device that you're supposed to blow into before the car starts? Because quite frankly, I don't know how you're going to turn the key without it. And if I was you, I would probably just start blowing into it too, because I didn't come prepared, you know? And then whenever they'd be like, sir, that's a breathalyzer device, I'd be like, oh, so it's just one of those liberal Oregon vehicles. I'm pretty sure every vehicle in Texas comes with one of these, a breathalyzer. This next joke isn't about Texas, but it is about hating British people, so I hope that you guys can get along with this. Whenever I went to go get a wisdom tooth removed a couple months ago, I went to go pick up my prescription. That's the best part. I don't care what anybody tells you, because pills fucking rock. Am I right, lady? Yeah, pills are awesome. So it's the best part about getting a procedure like that done. And whenever I went to my pharmacy, it was actually on 82nd and Gleason. There's a Walgreens down there. And if you guys aren't familiar with this lovely neighborhood, it was like I walked into the pharmacy, looked outside, and I was like, why do I even bother going in for narcotics? I can just get them out here. And then I could get saved a fucking lecture from a licensed professional. I call them nerds, but anyways, I like to get my drugs from people who aren't nerds. But whenever I went to go get my shit, they gave me like a spiel, like a questionnaire, and the first question they asked me when I went to go pick up my narcotics was, have you ever had this medication before? And I said yes, but I've never like had it prescribed to me per se, so seeing it in black and white on the pill bottle is super cool. I like this a lot. And then the second question they asked me was, so you know how to consume this product? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to crush that up and snort it as soon as I get home. That's how I take my pills. So I got labeled a high abuse patient at the Walgreens pharmacy on 82nd and Gleason, which is difficult to do, but Covert Café, we fucking get it done, okay? And believe it or not, I was dressed just like this at that pharmacy. I was like, where are my pills at? But while I was getting all of those appointments done, I had to make a ton of appointments for that shit. And then I ads on my social media for like dental hygienic products like floss and toothbrushes and shit. And then I got what I thought was a targeted ad for a show on Netflix called The Crown. If you guys I thought that this would be like about root canals in some way. But as soon as I was watching episode 1 of The Crown and started hearing British people talk, I was like, all right, this cannot be about good teeth. I just have a premonition here. I've got a clue. I've been thinking a lot about Air Bud lately, an unhealthy amount. I just get dressed up in my living room just like this and watch Air Bud. That's how I spend my weekends. But thinking a lot about Air Bud, he's like one of the most underrated actors of the late 90s, early 2000s. Honestly, I feel this way because if you guys think about it, Air Bud was smashing box office records, but they weren't ever nominated for any sort of award. And I think it's probably better that way, because if you're like an up-and-coming actor and you lose out on a nomination to a Golden Retriever, might want to kill myself, you know what I mean? But at the very least, you would try to find some other line of work. And where's the first place you drop off your resume at? Guys, say it with me, the kill shelter. Am I right? Thank you guys for kind of liking that joke. I really appreciate it. Because the last time I did that joke, there was literally somebody in the front row with a dog in a stroller. That's how far we've come. We're putting our dogs in strollers and our kids on leashes. This is what America has come to. That's all my time. Thank you so much. You guys can feel free to clap if you want. But, all right, your next comment.